going on, guys? ChainFeeds here, and today's video is kinda very vague. And I can tell when you guys look at this title, you're kind of like, what? What is he talking about? How to win a game of Call of Duty? So this gameplay is actually going to be 120 kills solo, and there's two things I want to teach you guys in this gameplay for two entirely different players. Now, the first thing I want to teach you guys, this is going to be more so for beginners or people that are just starting to get good at Call of Duty. You know, like they don't know how, they don't have everything under control, but you know, they're starting to learn piece by piece how to actually maneuver, win more gunfights, etc. And then I'm going to give the more advanced players some tips on how to actually play solo and get gameplays like this. So as you guys see, this gameplay is actually 120 kills, like I said, solo. It's on Nuketown, and I am using a rushing weapon. Now, for beginners, I want to let you know that the VMP is a very, very good weapon for rushing, and the reason this being is because this is a very fast firing weapon. I think it's one of the fastest next to the Vesper. Unfortunately, the Vesper doesn't have that much control of recoil, so it's kind of a better idea to use the VMP. And the VMP can actually kill people at range, so it's really, really useful. Like, the Vesper used to be amazing where it would just map people at range, and it's just absolutely, it would be absolutely incredible, but it got patched and nerfed and yada yada yada. So now the best viable weapon I would recommend would be the VMP, because it kills very fast and you can kill people at range as long as you have good accuracy. So I would suggest using grip. What I use in this gameplay, I'm pretty sure, is fast mags, grip, and I'm not sure the last one. I'm pretty sure it's extended mags, depending on what you want to use. If you want to have a better chance of killing them faster from distance, use long barrel. I use extended mags just because I know I'm getting into a lot of gunfights. And what I also recommend for beginners is make sure you have cover. This is so important. Treat it like it's actual war. Like, you don't want to go out and just, you know, go balls deep into like the field. If you're in war, you want to find cover and you want to shoot them as they come out. That makes sense. So for the, more so for the beginners, you should definitely take your time, find some head glitches. What I would do is, for Nuketown, there's a car head glitch. And the car head glitch is very, very important because they actually run from both alleyways, the left and right side. So you can pick them off as they're running out of there. Very useful, and it's very essential for, getting solo gameplays if you're trying to do that. Because the one thing I do want you to know is you're not going to have the best teammates. If you're like me or anybody else, you usually get paired with awful teammates that don't help you, and the only time they help you is when you're doing really good in the game. When you're doing really good, suddenly they become better. And that's the unfortunate thing. When you're doing terrible, they do terrible along with you. It's like, basically, hey, if you're doing good, I'm doing good. If you're doing bad, hey, I'm doing worse. And you have to carry your team. And I know it can be frustrating. I look at it all over Twitter, people getting frustrated saying, oh, I hate that freaking skill-based matchmaking is in this game, and yada yada yada, even though it's really not. But it's just so unfair because a lot of people are in parties now, and a lot of people are, especially now that contracts are out, a lot of people are playing in parties trying to get the contracts. And the best thing I could suggest for you guys is to definitely find cover. Now, if you're solo and you don't want to play if you're a beginner and you don't want to play solo, definitely play like with a friend or two, because it's definitely helpful. It alleviates a lot of stress, definitely. But if you're a more skilled player and you know how to control the spawns, you know how to run around, I would suggest using these tips. Now, this class setup, like I said, is the VMP with extended mags, fast mags, and grip. And if you guys watch how I play this game, I make sure to be careful, where I'm running. I take cover when I need to. I push up when I think it is safe. And I never try to get myself in bad gunfights. Like, I never try to put myself in a situation where I know I will lose the gunfight, because you do not want to do that. You want to keep yourself in situations where you believe you'll win the gunfight. And hey, you know what's really unfortunate about this game is because there's no toughness, there's also this, it's kind of hard to say, it's this like odds of randomness. There's chances of randomness occurring where you'll get view kick headshotted, or just BS will occur. And it's really unfortunate because in other games there's obviously toughness, and it shows who should win the gunfight. It's fair that way. With this game, no one has toughness, and it's just so random. You can get view kick headshotted. Sometimes you get 3 bulleted randomly. Sometimes you get 1 bulleted randomly. Like, I've seen kill cams where someone shoots me once and I'm dead, and I'm like, what happened? And it's because of their lag, and it's the mixture of this game's randomness, and everything's just a mess. As I said before, I suggest if you are a beginner, you should run in a 1 or 2 man party, because it's way more fun than honestly doing this is going in not knowing what you're doing. It's It alleviates a lot of stress, and you have a much better experience in Call of Duty. If you have more experience and you want to try something like this, I suggest running Hardened Sentry. The reason over a hater, I would say the Hardened Sentry is a lot more useful than the hater. And the reason I say this is because once you guys see in this gameplay, when I use the Hardened Sentry, I actually block off a certain spot of the map where they actually can't run out anymore. So they're only able to run in a certain area, and it makes it easier for me to pick them off. You guys will see later in the gameplay. And oddly enough, like I said, teammates will not be helpful. Someone on the enemy team actually got wraps. What's crazy about that is he got wraps, but I still did way better. I had to basically pull through at the very end. We ended up winning. It was a fun game overall, but guys, like I said, it's very, very interesting depending on what type of player you are. But that's about it. That's all I can really say. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been ChainFeeds, #TeamFamily, and thank you guys so much for the recent support. You guys are amazing. This has been ChainFeeds, and peace out.